Hello, ladies and Germans. This is Mission Incredible. We're about ready to play some single solo survival match here on good old WWZ. Actually, we're going to talk a little bit about strategy here on WWZ because there's a lot of people running rampant with their asses on fire for lack of anything better to say. And I find that very mind-boggling for people that want to try to go far. They're 999 levels and they're running around with no experience at all. Like today. Anna and I were playing with a couple of randoms. One guy walked up to behind a bull, which is a very, very large police officer in juggernaut style suit on, I guess to keep explosives and bullets from penetrating him. And he's got a crack on the back of his uniform where you're able to basically knock him down with regular bullets. This guy decided to stick a sniper rifle, which has explosive, very high explosive ammo in it, and shoot him. And he went flying back about 50 feet, hit the ground and was dead. I'm like, and the bullet was still standing. And I'm like, what the heck are you doing? So those people out there will try anything, and you know they don't have the experience in the game, and we're not going to say how they got their levels, but let's just leave it at that. So this video, I'm going to try to concentrate on certain things within this game. One of the things I'm going to do is go into campaign and show you that there's 3 different levels of play. You can play either with friends, which is unlike private, or you can go out there and play with randoms. And this is cross-platform, so you're going to see Xbox, you're going to see PS, whatever, and you're going to see PC. It's up to you whether you want to turn that off or not. In my opinion, and through my experience for the last 400 hours or so in this game, I see a lot of more lag in the Xbox and PS side of the house than I do on the PC side. PC side seems to be just a little bit stronger. Of course, it all depends where worldwide these people are from. I'm in the United States, Anna's in Spain, and there's a couple other people that we play with that are all over the world. So some of the connections can be a little bit shoddy at times. We really haven't dropped that many times, so it's decent. I mean, it's not too bad. The platform is pretty stable. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about online private side of the house. It doesn't matter. They're all basically going to be the same. You start out, it tells you in private lobby. It tells you your difficulty levels, which you can change all the way from easy to extreme. I kind of recommend that you play normal when you first start this game. It'll give you a challenge. Just a little bit, so you get friendly fire a little bit from that. And you start with your medkit so you can keep you alive for just a little bit longer. The next thing I want to talk about is, well, let's go episodes, sure. Episodes are cities that you actually have to go through, and each episode is going to have different missions. Basically you run through them and you finish them. We have, Anna and I have completed all of them, of course. And there are things tied to these missions. If you do, let's go there. If you do your cities, okay, you're doing your cities and you get these different things in there. There's documents associated with these cities. So in order to get one of the better swords in the game to help you hack and slash, you need to do an entire set of documents. And you can pick up the same document over and over and over again if it's available for you. And there's plenty of videos out there that tell you about this. But in order to get the sword, you have to do all the documents in this particular row here of descent. So in other words, you're going to need 9 total documents to be able to get the sword. Now there's also a weapon associated with this. You have to do all of them. So you do 3 out of 3 on all of these, which is a boatload. Which is actually, what is that? That's 3 times 4, that's 36. 36 different times you have to run through this 4 maps in order to get 9, 9, 9, and 9 in order to get the ACW upgrade, which is, we'll maybe have time to talk about that, but you can find out about that information online. Okay, so that is basically the way the episodes are set up. If you go into campaign again and then you go into horde mode, horde mode is nothing much more than 4 people trying to last as long as they can. Any one of these situations where you don't have anybody else to play with, there are bots that will fill the blank spots. You can turn it off if you want to, It's a good cannon fodder. Okay, so you can also basically have them as zombie bait, if you will, while you run forward and get out of the way of maybe a massive horde or something. So they take those 3 down, and if you find a comfortable spot that there is no zombies at all, at least for a minute or two, and then the bots will reappear 50% health, but you know what the heck? I mean, they'll be there again for your brutal pleasure, if you will. So horde mode is good. Horde mode, you go to about 50 waves maximum, and you see how far you can go. And then I have done about 31 ways, and you know that's good. About 40 ways.
Winter hasn't officially arrived.
About 40 waves on regular mode, normal mode, or 30 ways on hard mode is about the max for your classes. Let's go ahead and go customize class. Classes are broken up into 30 different perks, or all these perks. I'm not sure if they're exactly 30. I've never really sat down and counted them, but you got 30 different levels. So you see the prestige side of the house. This fixer is at prestige level 3, 30. So basically he's at the base of prestige level 4. Am I going to buy that? No. Why am I not going to go any higher on this guy? Because I don't feel I need to. The only thing that's going to benefit me from running through all of this again, spending 7,500 on blanking my screen, which resets all these perks. I bought all these perks on purpose so I wouldn't go out and re-prestige this guy for no reason at all to get just 10% more special zombies. And the way this usually works is that you start out with one of these red perks for free, and then you 1, 2, 3, you go well actually it's 1, 2, and 3, and 4. They unlock the prestige. It gives you one of these extra for free that you don't have to worry about. It just automatically turns on, and you don't have to worry about choosing between each one. They're actually hot for you all the time. And I decided that 10% more damage on special zombies is definitely not worth it in 7,500, and then spending all the money on these all over again because they reset to 0 again. You start out with prestige level 4, level 1, and the only one you get is this one, and then you got to go buy. Actually, you have to run for experience points first, and then you have to buy all those that you want to turn on. You don't have to turn them on a lot. You can turn on ones that you want. And talking about the turning on the ones you want, you either have a solo player or you have a team player. And it's very difficult to try to decide which side you want to be on, right? So you don't know, for the most part, which side you want to be on. And then most people don't think about this. Okay, some of these may or may not be advantage player. It might be advantage zombie. If you go into like a custom game, or you go into, well, how do I say this? You go into a daily challenge side of the house, and daily challenge side of the house says you all start with shotguns, right? So which class are you going to choose? If I want to start with a little better weapon than the crappy weapon they're going to give me, I think I want to go to Hellraiser. Okay, so Hellraiser starts with shotguns, right? You get to choose probably just a little bit better shotgun, and there are classes in here that allow you to turn it on with a little bit farther distance. Like this one here says 50% distance on shotgun. So if you're tied with playing a daily challenge to go try to find a document to be able to get, your sword or your ACW upgrade, why wouldn't you choose Hellraiser? And basically choose the Hellraiser, and then also do the distance and shotgun, and also pick a better shotgun that does more damage to start. So you have gunslingers. Gunslingers are basically the guy that throws grenades and has a hell of a time, for lack of a better way to say it, with just about any type of gun or anything, and they're good. I mean, they're good. Now you have a choice between upgrading to 3 of your frags, or time is on your side. never have to worry about picking up any type of supply bags on the side of the road or mission or horde mode if you have the pocket factory on, because this way you're always going to have 1 or 2 grenades on your person if you can wait a minute or two. That's just basically about it. About every 75 seconds. About every 75 seconds, you're going to actually get a grenade in your back pocket. You get all these other ones. If you're trying to get kills consecutively with headshots with 5, that's not a problem. If you're doing 15 to 30 or 50 or whatever they want to say, you're going to have a heck of a time because there's not going to be enough rush of zombies coming at you to be able to say that, especially in horde mode, to be able to get 30 consecutive zombies down in a short period of time for you to get that bonus. Okay, so Gunslinger, Hellraiser, we already basically talked about. He's a shotgun style guy, but he can use any weapons. Any of these can use any weapons. You can buy them in the game, and at least on the horde mode side. And they're randomly appear next to you when you pay for them, level 2 or level 3. You got to pay for a level 2 lock first. Actually, you have to pay for a level 3 unlock first, and you get level 3 weapons. Medic is basically what it sounds like. The medic in here is half decent. I decided not to go any higher than level 30. I'm not going to proceed this person because his stem pistol does 25% more healing and 25% faster kits, and stem pistol range 25%. So 25% of gagging here. I'm just not. I'm not. I'd rather just do it myself. And the 2 rounds, the only reason I did this one is restore 2 rounds of headshots. I'm really good at headshots, to look for the magazines last a lot longer when the game is throwing bullets into you. Magazine. Fixer is overall everything. He drops a lot of ammo boxes. In the ammo boxes themselves, there's a 20% chance that you're going to drop an ammo box that as somebody takes ammo from that small box on the ground, replenish their own ammo, you end up getting, there's a 20% chance that you're going to end up getting a free bag. So you don't have to purchase these in horde mode or find them in missions. This one's okay, but I always choose this one because I see myself getting a lot more explosive ammo nowadays than not. Okay, I hardly ever have seen myself not get explosive ammo. So I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. So we end up doing that. We end up using this one 90% of the time. The masking grenades are okay, but they're not the best choice in my opinion. It's a lot easier to have the ammo bags on the ground for all the people to share rather than just for you to throw a grenade that might last 5 seconds out there, which is not going to basically kill as many zombies as one of these boxes of ammo is out here. So your choices are choices. You've got to do it. And it makes it very difficult. The good thing about the Fixer is the Fixer will also allow you to raise somebody up really freaking quick. 1 second, and this guy is from dead to up. Or I should say dead. He's incapacitated to up, because look at this. You get 100, and then you get a free 25. So you're at 125% chance of raising him up. It's like lightning quick. It's stupid. That's a good thing. So I like playing this guy because this is teamwork. It shows that you're trying. You're giving them ammo. You're giving them life, if you will. And the rest of these are basically choices that you have to choose. I will say the Hellraiser's ability to use the Hailstorm alcohol creature on steroids with grenades. It's crazy where it's able to do that. So Fixer, and then you have Slasher, who just basically runs around and slashes everything it can. And that type of thing is okay if you have the good players behind you to help you stay up. So you have a medic hitting you with this stem pistol, which gives you the bonus health. Plus, it also gives you 10% health back. And we hit you with 4 of those, you're just hacking and slashing all day. Plus, if the weapon you're using is giving you any ability to do any damage without basically getting tired or getting creamed. Exterminator, for the most part, It's a cross between the Hellraiser and Gunslinger for the most part. It's throwing a lot of Molotov cocktails, or you can do different things with this guy. So he's decent. He's also the one that can actually repair items. I think it's repair items without having to spend anything. In other words, if you see one of your electric fences on the ground that's broken, and you buy another one, you may not be able to. Oh, you may be able to repair that free of charge and still have that one in your pocket. So that's kind of a cool thing to do. There's not a lot of diversity with Exterminator. I truly like to play the picture because of the ammo and the situations you can raise people up. I have not experimented with a lot of these because I don't even know if I want to do these. But from picture onward, backwards, these are pretty decent to use. Weapons, you're going to start with certain weapons in this game. Okay, that's a fixed thing. You're going to start with these weapons. You're not going to be able to purchase any of these weapons and be able to immediately start with them. It just does not work that way. You have to find these particular weapons on the mission that you're playing or the horde mode. You can buy the crates and then you can try to find the weapon you want to work on. There's 5 different levels. Sometimes the 5th level, this one, is way better than the unique versions, which Anna and I ended up getting because we bought the Cream of the Crop version of WWZ Aftermath. So we get these guns, and with that being said, sometimes, like I said, sometimes a level 5 will be better than one of these. I mean, just look at this one. It's okay. This one has accuracy of 9, this one has accuracy of 9. So you compare both of them. So whichever one you have clicked, it's going to compare it to. So you click on that one, you say, okay, this one, yeah. So this guy here is actually better, and he has a silencer, so we'll use him. Okay, so anyway, and you go through all these. These are, there's an achievement tied with this where you have to unlock them all. The sword I was talking about in New York is a heavy weapon, and here it is right here. It tells you that this particular sword, when you do your signature strike, it's basically like twirling around twice, and then we're really laying into the 3rd strike. If you kill one of the players that had turned into a zombie, it restores 100% health. But the length of this sword is immensely long, and it helps push back enemies, and it tells you here how far they push back. Push cone is about 9, so that's pretty good. I mean, not a lot of max you can get on a type like this. You can hit 2 targets with this thing, so that's cool. And the other weapon, like I said, like a New York style thing I was talking about, the advanced combat weapon. This thing is a freaking beast. In my opinion, this gun is one of the better ones that are out there. The assault carbine is probably up there, and the advanced SMG is up there as well. This guy here shoots mini grenades, and they explode. But with any gun that uses any type of special ammo per se, if a fixer drops this box on the ground and it's explosive ammo, you can't touch it with this gun because it just is the wrong type. This gun doesn't use explosive ammo. It needs regular ammo to reload. So that's one thing. If it's out of ammo and you only have an ammo box next to you, look for a different weapon. And you can go ahead and unlock different things. So it says here, to unlock your new version of this type of weapon, you need to collect all documents for 1 episode. Like I said, it would be all over New York. All 36 go into New York 4 different levels or 4 different missions, collecting 9 documents per level, so for a total of 36. So 9, 9, 9, and 9, and then boom, this one unlocks. And you're gonna still you have to find it on the levels that you play, whether it's hard mode or whether it's otherwise. You'll know it right away by this sweet looking skin it's got. And this also does pretty decent thing. It's silenced, which the other ones are not. And it does killing a special zombie restores 100% rounds into the magazine. That is just stupid easy. I mean, you should either an infector or a bull or probably a lurker or creeper, or whatever you want to call them, guys that pounce on top of you. You're going to get a free magazine full. And 50% less damage is good because especially if a bull is running and he picks up one of your players, whether it's a bot or a teammate, you can actually shoot him and he'll take 50% less damage if you're pounding the heck out of the zombie. You're not basically one-shot killing your friends. Okay, so that's weapons-wise. You're just gonna have to take your time. You might start out with some lighter weapons and medium weapons. One of the medium weapons that's pretty cool is the fire axe. I think it's the fire axe. Where is the fire axe? It's, there it is. Okay, the fire axe. There's one version of the fire axe which there's a 3% chance that enemy kills the signature strike will drop a med kit. Okay, so I mean that's not the greatest than normal, but it's better than nothing. Some of these have things attached to them, so signature strikes, and then blah blah blah. Okay, so I mean you just get the idea that you have to look at these yourself and figure out which ones you think are going to be best for you. I think it says it says heavy fire axe. Heavy fire axe. You hit one additional target. That's great. Striking a burning enemy with this weapon fully restores melee stamina. So anybody that's using any type of fire, or you're using fire in combination with your type of Hellraiser, or maybe it's the Exterminator, which throws them multiple cocktails. So you throw them on the ground, and as the zombies are running through them, you hit them with this thing, and you're just swinging all day long. Your stamina is going to be up high. Your melee stamina is going to be high. So as long as you're standing there, and somebody's either throwing Molotovs or you're throwing Molotovs and causing these enemies to burn, you can hit them forever with this fire axe. So that's one of the little neat secrets I like to tell people about. Okay, so that is basically appearance. I mean, you go through all these different type of characters you can use on Horde mode. City-wise, in the missions, they're going to be city-related. So that's Russia per se. This is the United States. This is the United States. This is Tokyo. This is Rome. And, so you get a mixture of players that you can use. Kamchatka, I don't remember which ones they are. But anyway, long story short, version to all that is you just got to choose which ones you like. And you can choose it in the episode. You can make it a character you want to choose. And you can go into whatever level you want to play. If you don't care about upgrading your sword or going for the kick-ass ECW weapon, which is that's just grinding. Going into challenges real quick. Going to daily challenges, they're going to have documents on the ground, and you get to choose which ones you want to choose. But they have mutators. Okay, this one says it's got mutators. So settings on here in Tokyo says what? It says Asthma and Chainsaw Massacre. What does that mean? Okay, so then you read them, right? It says you will slowly lose health 3% per second when sprinting. So you don't want to run in this one, even though you feel compelled to run sometimes. You're not going to be able to. Now, running is sprinting. Okay, that's not just kind of just gradually jogging. That doesn't count because it won't do any damage. Oh, there's other ones that are you have to have players close to you, or you can't be close to a player. There's another one called that. And Chainsaw Massacre is another one of these, which is only chainsaws are available as heavy weapons for the entire mission. So you're going to have to rely on, let's say, your pistol and your SMG, let's say, and your heavy weapon like a heavy shotgun or light machine gun or something like that. You're not going to find those. All you're going to do is see chainsaws all over the place. Good for some players, not good for a lot. It really depends on your play style, honestly. Okay, so, but that goes with daily challenges, and weekly challenges are typically harder. Okay, another thing I want to say about these weekly challenges and daily challenges is that even though you're going to go ahead and choose, let's say, normal, right? You're going to choose a normal difficulty level for this. This game is going to make it a little bit harder. Not only because it's going to be harder with the mutators on it, but there's more zombies that come. So basically, if you're playing normal, it's going to set it to hard. If you're playing hard, it's going to set it to insane. And that's what makes it a little bit tougher. and it makes it more frustrating to get these documents. And there's plenty of document videos all over YouTube that will tell you, especially Brittany XOC, I think she's called now. She is amazing for her documentation. There's a lot of other players, of course, out there that do the same thing, but hers are all easy to understand. I'm not saying anybody else is worse or better. I'm just saying I choose her because it's just easier to listen to. Okay, so with that being said, I think we're done. It's about 25 minutes into this wonderful video, and I thought I'd just run through some of the things that make sense for most players. Guns and people and things to do. I mean, try to tailor your class player to whatever's match you're going into. It's going to take a couple extra seconds to do that, but people will benefit from that. Communication is everything here on WWZ. You really got to have an open mic, or you got to have a mic, or you got to be able to type fast, which I cannot, to be able to stay alive. And you tell people, hey, watch your back, hey, Joe, watch your back, or whatever. You know, you just got to be careful with what you're doing. Okay, that's it. 26 minutes into this video. This is Mission Incredible, signing off for the Mission Incredible group.